Hey you guys, welcome back to So You Want to Live in Bahia. My name is Kitty and I'm a gringa living here in Salvador, Bahia, Brazil for more than 13 years. And I'm a licensed real estate agent, so hit me up if you're considering buying some property here in Salvador. In addition to being a real estate agent, I am a mom. My daughter is 15 years old and we moved here when she was 2. So today I want to talk about what it's like to be a parent here in Salvador, Bahia. I do not regret my decision. I am glad that I raised her here, and I wanted to give a little hints on how to navigate being a parent here in Salvador. So first I thought we would talk about young kids. I'm going to try to remember to the best of my ability what it was like. One great option here is that if you want to go out at night, babysitters are not that expensive. Now, how are you going to find a babysitter? That's the hard part. So when you get here, or anywhere in Brazil for that matter, you want to find yourself a good cleaning lady. And I know, especially if you're an American watching this, you might be like, I don't pay for cleanings. But really, and it took me forever to start paying for cleanings because it seems like such a frivolous thing. But it really is so nice. And now that you have a cleaning lady, now you have a connection to her pool of people, her friends and stuff. So if your cleaning lady is unable to babysit for you, she probably knows someone who can. Now, when I came here, I was paying 50 reais a night for a whole night's worth of babysitting, which nowadays is less than $10. Of course, it must be more now, but the point is it's fairly inexpensive. And what happens is the cleaning lady or whoever it is that's babysitting for you just spends the night on your couch and then really early in the morning wakes up and goes to work. All right, so now you're here with your young kid. Where are you going to take them? Now, unfortunately, I do not think that we have as many options for kid activities here as there is for, say, in California, where I'm from. But there are things to do. Now, as you might or may not know, I'm based in Bahia. So up the street is the Campo Grande Park, which I used to love to go to on the weekends with my kid. One thing that they do well here is that they have trampolines. My kid loved it, as you pay like 5 reais and they are on the trampoline for 5 minutes. So there's a lot of kids as well. And it's a really beautiful park, the Campo Grande Park. Another thing that they do have here is some restaurants that have little parquinho for kids. So a little playground area for kids. So you pay not even that much money. I think back in the day it was 10 reais. And they're just there the whole time. And so they don't have to be bored when they're waiting for the food or whatever. And it's a lot of fun for them. And if you're needing a little bit of a break, it's good for you as well. Because when I came here, I'm a single mom. Like, it's just me 24 hours a day doing the parenting. So it's nice to get a break. Speaking of, one of the reasons why I actually did move here is because as a single mom, I felt it was way more affordable for me. Because bringing it back to the babysitting thing, like California, 13 years ago, I would have been paying $12 an hour for a babysitter. And so it's really crazy to think that you're going to take a significant portion of what you make and give it to a teenage kid because they're watching your kid. So I was not down and I moved to here. In addition to these restaurants that have the little parquinhos or playgrounds, you can also do that at the shopping center. All the shopping centers have parks that you can go to, playgrounds, a little bit more expensive, but there's toys, there's other kids, there's books. It's fun for them. And when my kid was much younger, it was a really nice way to just drop her off while I was taking care of all the business I needed to take care of. And so that's another great thing that I'm not sure US has. So now let's talk about schools. So daycare here is called creche. And actually, I think it's an English word from the British, creche. Creche? Never heard the word before I came here. And that's daycare. That goes up until kindergarten. And for me, it was really great for my daughter. It's a great immersion for your child because they're just speaking Portuguese all day long. And it also helped me, I think, potty train her faster, and she was really resisting brushing her teeth. But these women are not trying to play, They will get your kids to do all the stuff they're supposed to do. And so I really appreciated that my kid went to a creche. I highly recommend it. Now, the thing with a creche is the school year. I want to go over that. School year here, the seasons are changed. So summer break is during December and January. And so the creche would run until from about February 15th to December 15th, more or less. So that's the creche school year, and also all the other schools here. Now in Salvador specifically, we have a break for San Juan, and it's 1 to 2 weeks, and that would be in around the middle of June or end of June. And so that is the only other break you have, other than all the holidays that happen here. And people, they don't care that you're a gringo. They're not thinking, oh, I need to remind the gringa that tomorrow's a holiday. So you really got to be on top of those holidays, because there's a lot of them and we don't have them, so we don't know them. One specific holiday is Professor's Day. Now I looked it up. It's October 15th, middle of October. Remember this, because not once, but twice I took my kid to school and I'm like, where's everybody? And it was because it was Professor's Day and they just assumed I knew. So don't take your kid to school that day. All right, so more stuff about school. Your kid is gonna have to wear a farda. Farda means uniform. And all the schools, 100% all the schools. Doesn't exist a school here that doesn't have a uniform. And it's usually a t-shirt. And actually, I kind of, as a teenager, I thought it was really cool that you can just dress the way you want to and express yourself, and you can't do that here in school. But as a parent, it's way easy. You don't have to spend so much money on clothes. It's just simple. And then when your kid's young, it's easy because you don't have to figure out what they're wearing to school. You know what they're wearing. They're wearing their uniform. Another thing about school is, especially when they're younger at the creche, they're going to give you a list of all the things that you need to buy. And it's so confusing. This list is mostly, especially for the young kids, it's going to be a lot of art supplies. What you need to do is you need to go to a stationery store. There's one in Shopping Bahia. Is it Papelicia? I think that's the name. And hand them the list and be like, help me. Because you can speak Portuguese fluently and still not know the names of these art supplies. I didn't. I was like very confused on half the list. So they can help you with that. Easy peasy. And as far as schools go, like, where do you want to go? Let me tell you, do not, I strongly suggest that you don't enroll your kid in public school. No. As a parent here, I think that the school system is nota zero. Sorry, even when you pay for school, it's like, I don't feel like my daughter has gotten a quality education at schools here. My opinion. So that's, but also I'm not paying the big bucks for her to go to the nice schools. So that is something to keep in mind. Now, if you want your kid to have all their credits work and be useful for going to college in the US, then I think hands down your kid should go to the Pan American School, which is the most, I think it's still the most expensive school in town. It's about, I think, 7,000 reais a month, which is just over $1,000. So again, when you're making money, Brazilian money, that's really expensive. But if you have money from the US, that's probably not as big of an expense for you. So the Pan American School is good. Another English speaking school would be Land and also Vilas. So lots of schools. And also, if you want your kid to just go to a regular Brazilian school, I think kind of the most popular, the biggest, well-known, like just super middle class is Vieira. That's a good school. I've contemplated sending my kid there. Who knows? We'll see. So that's it. A little primer for you if you're moving here. I would say that I have no regrets raising my kid here. I'm glad that I did. I think that it was a good decision on my part, especially because I work from home and so I'm able to be here with her. I think if I was living in the US, I'd be part of the rat race. I'd be out of the house. She'd be in after school programs all day long. And luckily I don't have that life here. I'm able to be a more present mom and cook for her and stuff like that. And I do think though sometimes, like, what if we never left California? What if I'm from Oakland? What if I raised her in Oakland? And honest to God, I just found out recently that the high school I went to, which was considered a good public school back in the day, is now the most dangerous high school in all of California. So I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't raise her in California. Sorry, California. Sorry. No, I'm so glad I raised her here. I think it's a really kind of normal and cool existence for kids, and especially so close to the beach. Another activity, go to the beach with your kids every weekend. So no regrets. I think it's great living here. I recommend it. And leave a comment in the comment section if you have things to add to this, because this is pretty brief, I know. And yeah, if you have any suggestions for other videos. Thanks. I'll see you next time. Beijos!